Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you all of my palettes. And I'll do a little bit of swatching too, but I'm not going to go overboard with it because I have a lot. First, I have the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. Nice, simple packaging, but it's got a little magnet. You open, got a mirror, and that's what the shades look like. This palette has a cool concept because all matte colors, but then it has this shade right here called Transforming Pearl that's supposed to make any other color shimmery. I think I used it wrong the first time I tried it, but it just didn't work for me. I would have to play around with it a little bit more, but I'll give you a couple swatches. So I swatched for the mattes, and then the Transforming Pearl is on the right. Well, whichever side for you guys of it. Pretty neutral palette, nothing too crazy about it. So if you're someone who doesn't like a bunch of shimmer or craziness, you might actually really like this palette. Next up, we have this Tarte She Dreamed, She Believed, and She Succeeded palette, which my best friend Courtney, as you know her from our other channel, dumpster dived it, and she gave this to me because she doesn't use it. This right here is the blush, and then those two are eyeshadows. I love Tarte eyeshadows. They are absolutely amazing. They blend fantastic. So next I have this Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. That's the box. Love this palette. The packaging is super cute. You got the nice patterns on the front, and then the back's just a nice fingerprinted gold color. And inside you have a mirror, of course, and all of those eyeshadows. This one here is great for your lids, and that middle shade is good for either a highlight or like a brow highlight or inner corner highlight. My favorite shade is this one right here. It's kind of like a blue silver looking deal, but it's stunning. Like, it looks amazing on my skin tone with my eyes and the type of eyeshadow that I usually like to wear. It fits in really well with it. So I like to wear that one a lot. Next, we're going to move on to Lorac. I have the Lorac Unzipped Gold palette. The palette itself. And it's got a mirror. And that's what the shades look like. And here are some of the swatches that I took. So next, one of my all-time #1 palettes, Lorac Mega Pro 3. So I have this one. Very dirty. This is the inside. Beautiful colors. Like I said, one of my all-time favorites of all my palettes. And it's just all around one of my best go-to palettes. Next, we have the only Urban Decay palette that I actually like. And surprise, surprise, the Naked Heat. Of course, the warm tones. Cute packaging, too. Right up my alley. The palette itself, similar to all the other Naked palettes, same type of deal. You get the double-ended brush with this powder all up in it. with that more blending side and then a more like rounded side. And then you get the gorgeous eyeshadow colors. This palette, like, I've only used it a couple times, but whenever I've used any of the other Naked palettes, they just didn't have the pigmentation that I expected. They didn't blend as well as I wanted them to, but this one is like completely different. I'm not sure why, but they're just, ugh. As you can see, the pigmentation is insane. Absolutely insane. And next up, we have another great brand, and that is Anastasia, or however you pronounce it. I pronounce it Anastasia. I have the Modern Renaissance. Obviously, a lot of people love this palette. I love it too. That's what that side looks like. It's like that velvet texture. You get a fantastic brush. I actually like to use the brush sometimes. It's got a shader side and then a nice blending side. Of course, anybody who knows this brand knows that their eyeshadows are a little bit softer, so some of them colors, especially like the shimmers, are very beat up. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a dent in it. A decent dent in it. But yeah, the colors are nice. Pigmentation is great. Next up, I have the most controversial palette I have seen in my entire makeup career yet. The Subculture palette. I love this palette. Same velvet texture as the Modern Renaissance, and you get the same brush, and there's the shades. And there's only one shade that I absolutely cannot stand, and that is Axis. That so far is the only shade I've had a problem with. First off, when you touch it, it feels kind of gritty. Like, when you swatch it, it swatches amazing, but then it's like, well, I mean, you can't really tell blending it out on my hand, but once you start blending it out, it gets super patchy and kind of just like blends away. Some more swatches. Some of the other colors. And last, but definitely not least, we have my absolute all-time favorite brand, which is Too Faced. It's the Too Faced chocolate bar. I'm sure you've heard of it. Everybody has. The packaging is cute. These are the eyeshadows. Nice and neutral too. Nothing too crazy going on, which I like. Next, I have the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. Cute little palette. Love the colors. Love the colors. Love that nice shimmery purple. It gives a nice pop to a nice little eye look, but it's still neutral, more neutral at the same time. I have the sequel, which is the Peanut Butter and Honey palette. It's really cute little packaging too. And I really like how most of their palettes are this nice thick tin. The colors. Got this like orangey glitter color, which is similar, but then it's got this nice matte mustard yellow that's different. It's got this color called Queen Bee that's a kind of like a, you probably won't see it well on camera, but it's kind of like a gray tone neutral type color, which would be good for like a base or something of the sorts. The Sweet Peach palette. Like, of all the palettes I own, I like the packaging from Too Faced the most. This is the palette itself. there's some swatches. We have the Too Faced Natural Love palette. And inside, we got all these gorgeous eyeshadows. I've noticed a lot of times with some palettes, the blacks, instead of being matte or instead of being black, are more of like a gray color. This one, definitely not. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see me do any tutorials or more in-depth reviews of any of these palettes, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!